Did you know the greatest minds of ancient Greece believed most parents raise their children entirely wrong? Picture this: an old philosopher, weathered by time, sits under an olive tree, his eyes sharp as he declares, "A child's soul is clay, mold it poorly, and it shatters." I'm diving into the wisdom of an ancient Greek elder, a voice lost to time, who taught how to raise children with unbreakable character. His secrets aren't just old, they're revolutionary. Stick with me, and I'll share the one parenting rule that changed everything for me. Section 1. The Elder's Tale begins. Imagine a dusty hill in Athens, 400 BCE. An elder named Theron, with a beard like white fire, gathers young parents around him. He's no ordinary man. Rumor says he advised kings and outwitted tyrants. Theron's life was his lesson. Orphaned at 7, he built himself into a sage through grit and wisdom. His first rule: children learn not from words, but from your soul. He'd point to parents shouting at their kids and say, "You teach anger, not discipline." I tried this myself, calming my voice during my son's tantrum. The result? He mirrored my calm. Theron's point: your character shapes theirs. Theron's story wasn't just talk. He once took in a thief's son, a boy everyone shunned. Instead of preaching, Theron worked beside him in the fields, showing honesty through sweat. That boy became a respected merchant. The lesson? Kids absorb what you do. This hit me hard when I caught myself scrolling my phone while my daughter begged for a story. I put it down, read to her, and saw her light up. Theron's wisdom isn't in books, it's in action. Let's dig into his first big idea: raising kids starts with raising yourself. Section 2. The first principle: the mirror of the self. Theron's biggest shock wasn't about kids, it was about parents. "You are the mirror," he'd say. "If you're flawed, so is their reflection." In ancient Greece, character, or arete, meant excellence in body, mind, and soul. Theron believed parents must chase arete first. He'd ask, "Are you honest? Patient? Brave? If not, don't expect your child to be." This isn't some dusty philosophy, it's raw truth. I tested it. I used to snap when stressed. My kids? They'd bicker under pressure. So, I started practicing patience, even when my toddler spilled juice everywhere. Slowly, they copied me. Theron's method was brutal but effective. He'd make parents list their flaws publicly: arrogance, laziness, fear. One father, a potter, admitted he lied to customers. Theron tasked him with confessing to his son and vowing honesty. The potter's son grew up fiercely truthful. Why does this work? Kids see through hypocrisy. Theron said, "A child's eyes are sharper than a sword." Data backs this. A 2019 study in child development found kids as young as 4 mimic parental behavior over words. So, Theron's first tip: be the person you want your child to become, is gold. Start small, apologize when you're wrong. It's humbling, but it teaches accountability. But here's the twist: Theron didn't just demand perfection. He knew humans falter. His solution: own your failures. He'd share how he once lost his temper with a student, then apologized publicly. That vulnerability built trust. I tried this after yelling at my daughter for breaking a glass. I said, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." She hugged me, and now she apologizes when she messes up. Theron's mirror principle isn't just about fixing flaws, it's about showing kids how to grow through them. Section 3. The second principle: the fire of struggle. Now, Theron's next idea might make you flinch. He believed struggle forges character. "A child without hardship is a blade without age," he'd say. In ancient Greece, kids weren't coddled. They carried water, worked fields, faced cold nights. Theron argued this built resilience, or phronesis, practical wisdom. He'd tell of a boy, Lysias, who whined about chores. Theron made him haul stones daily. By year's end, Lysias stood taller, not just physically but mentally. He solved problems, not complained. This hit home for me. My son hated cleaning his room, so I'd do it for him. Then I remembered Theron. I gave my son a checklist: bed, toys, clothes. First week, chaos. But by week 3, he was proud, even showing off his tidy room. Studies agree. A 2021 Journal of Psychology report showed kids with regular chores develop grit and self-control. Theron's point: don't shield kids from effort. Let them wrestle with tasks, failure included. But Theron wasn't cruel. He balanced struggle with guidance. He'd sit with Lysias, teaching him how to stack stones efficiently. It's not about throwing kids into the deep end, it's about coaching them through waves. I applied this when my daughter struggled with math. Instead of solving her homework, I asked questions, guiding her to answers. Her confidence soared. Theron's genius was knowing struggle needs support, not rescue. His rule: let kids face challenges, but be their anchor. Section 4, the third principle, the garden of virtue. Theron's final lesson was about planting virtues. A child's heart is a garden, he'd say. Sow courage, wisdom, justice, or weeds will grow. In Greece, virtues weren't abstract, they were lived. Theron taught kids through stories, like Achilles' bravery or Penelope's loyalty. He'd ask, "What would Achilles do?" Kids ate it up, mimicking heroes. I tried this, telling my son about Leonidas' courage at Thermopylae. Next day, he stood up to a bully. Stories shape souls. Theron also used rituals. Every evening, he'd have kids name one kind act they did. This built eudaimonia, a flourishing life. I started this at dinner: "What good did you do today?" My daughter shared how she helped a classmate. Her pride was electric. Research supports this. A 2020 positive psychology study found gratitude rituals boost kids' empathy. Theron's garden wasn't just talk, it was daily practice. But here's the catch: virtues need consistency. Theron warned, a single storm can ruin a crop. If you praise honesty but lie, kids notice. I slipped once, exaggerating a story to my son. He called me out. I owned it, and we laughed, but it stung. Theron's lesson? Live the virtues you preach, or they're just words. His method: stories, rituals, consistency, turns kids into oaks, not saplings. Section 5, weaving the story, Theron's legacy. Let's return to Theron's hill. His students, now parents, pass his wisdom to their kids. Theron's life wasn't easy: poverty, loss, betrayal, but he turned pain into purpose. His secret: he saw raising children as sculpting marble, messy, slow, eternal. He'd say, "A parent's work outlives them." This sank in when my daughter, after a tough day, said, "Dad, you always make me feel strong." I realized Theron's thread runs through me to her. Theron's principles: mirror, struggle, virtues, aren't quick fixes. They're a journey. When I started, I doubted myself. But seeing my kids grow kinder, braver, wiser, that's the gold. Theron's story isn't just his, it's ours. Every parent is an elder in training, shaping souls. His challenge: don't just raise kids, raise giants. I'm trying, and it's the hardest, best work I've done. Closing, the emotional explosion. Picture Theron, old and frail, his voice barely a whisper. His last words to his students. I see your children, and I see eternity. He died under that olive tree, but his wisdom breathes in every parent who dares to try. I'll never forget my son, once shy, standing tall after a school speech, saying, "Dad, I was brave like you said." That moment? It's Theron's gift. You're not just raising kids, you're forging legends. Start today. Be their mirror. Let them struggle. Plant virtues. It's not perfect, but it's real. Theron's voice echoes, mold their souls, and they'll carry you forever. So, what's one step you'll take right now? Share it below. I'm reading every comment. Let's build giants together.